Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. For today I have this really fun project to share. This was really so quick to make and I think you're going to love it too. I created the base for this with some bags that I picked up from Amazon, and there is just loads of room in here for your pictures and journaling. This will wind up to have 3 built-in pockets, so you can include some additional items as well. And this was such a great stash buster project. I got through a lot of pattern papers and even some of the sticker sheets. So I think this is very versatile, and you'll be able to take this design to whatever collection that you wish to work with. So if that sounds good to you, then stick with me and we'll make it together. So here's that Be Happy collection from Echo Park. This is the 12 by 12 collection kit, and it did come with this sticker sheet. So I'm going to utilize this for some of the details on the inside, as well as the focal image for the front cover. And here are those bags that I mentioned from Amazon. They are 5.5 inches by 7 3/4, and this is going to be a perfect way to create a fast and easy base. So I've got my bag here, and I'm going to bring that to my scoreboard with the sealed end on the left hand side, bring my first score line in at 3 3/4 and the second one at 4, and we're going to just fold on those creases. That will give us a depth of 1/4 inch for each bag. And for this project we're going to be using 3 of these bags, and you'll notice that I did already add my double-sided adhesive to the portion that has the pocket side. To help increase the sturdiness of the cover, we're going to insert a piece of 110-pound cardstock into one side of this bag, and I did cut this to be 5 1/4 by 3 1/2, and that way it will slip easily into the bag, even over the portion where it's scored. So just slip that in there, and this is going to give it a little bit more sturdiness. And you can see how that just slides right in. So let's go ahead and take off from this side, and we can join these together. Now, because this is a mass-produced item, there could possibly be a need to do a little trimming, but that's just fine. This is going to be a place where you do want to add a little bit of your secondary adhesive, so I'm going to stick with my Tombow, just running a small bead around the outside. And I'm going to fold that on my score line so that I can bring my corners together. You see how I folded that right on the line there. Now I want to bring these together. So I'm putting the pocket side on the side that is not a pocket, and this would actually be the back. So I'm just going to line up the score lines there, make sure I've got that right in the corner, and then drop that down. And as I mentioned, you may need to come in and trim. You see there's just a little bit of excess hanging off the edge. So just clip right along that edge. And now it's nice and straight and even. So I'll repeat that same process with the final bag, and just flatten this out as you work along. That'll be the most easy way to get it flat against your work surface. Bring those score lines together. See if you need to trim, which I do. Just take that little bit off the edge. So now I have this final pocket section, and I want to adhere some solid colored craft cardstock because I want the back page to be well supported and have that squared off rather than the shape that was the pocket. So I'll just go ahead and remove my double-sided adhesive here. And then here is my piece of craft cardstock. So same process there. I'm just going to flatten that right out and then bring this together where the score line is, keeping everything nice and straight along the side and the bottom. And then this one I did not need to trim off because it was going to be perfect. Now, typically I would wait until I have all the layers inside and make it very difficult to add the spine, but for some reason it occurred to me to do it now when it is easier and more likely to get it on straight and even. So let's go ahead and do that now. The spine is going to be a cardstock measurement of 5 3/8 high by 3/4 wide. And the pattern paper is 5 1/4 by 5/8. And I did add my double-sided tape already, and then I'm going to add my second layer of adhesive. Once I flatten that out, it will be easy to get this centered. So let's just go ahead and add that here. But I'm just going to hold this, press it in place while a little bit of that glue sets up. We do have the double-sided adhesive as well, so that will help to keep this all nice and snug while the glue is setting up. So now we can move into the inside. So for each of the 3 sections that are going to be inside, we're going to treat the left-hand page as a flip page. And so I have my cardstock cut here to be 5 1/2 high by 7 1/2 wide, and I scored it at 3 3/4. So this is going to be a full page flip, and I just want to make sure to add that right along that score line so I know that it will not interfere with this book folding properly. So here is where this is such a great design for working through those stash collections, because you're going to have a lot of surface area to cover with your pattern paper. So I'm just going to pick the same pattern for these flips so that I can work through a lot of this collection. Now, the pattern paper for this will be 5 3/8 high by 3 5/8 wide, and that will just give us a nice border of our colorful cardstock. And that will be the outside of the flip. They have the same pattern for the inside as well. And now there is a lot of extra real estate here to cover with your pictures. So now we're going to treat the right-hand pages, obviously, as a pocket because we have our opening over here. So let's finish the front of the pocket with some coordinating pattern paper. Now, I didn't have this stripe with the collection. This was just one from my stash, but there is a stripe that is included in this pattern, so if you wanted to use that instead, I just wound up using it for some other projects before I started this one. But I think it's nice to have a consistent element throughout so that you kind of have a more cohesive look. And so for the pocket cover, the cardstock is 5 1/2 by 3 inches wide, and this is going to be right along the edges. So it is the same height as our book. And once again, these are mass-produced bags. So if there is some difference, you're just going to have to decide to embrace the imperfections and really just enjoy the process for what it is, which is meant to be fun and make something really quickly. So let's go ahead and create an insert that will go into that pocket. So my insert cardstock measurement is 4 1/2 by 6 and scored at 3. So now it is 3 inches. I'm going to cover the fronts of all of my inserts with that same pattern. Like I mentioned, I'm going for some consistency. You don't have to do that. If you want to mix and match, then you make this in the style that makes you most happy. But for me, I wanted to have something going throughout the book. Now, this one's going to have 4 surfaces to cover, and you just want to make sure to keep all of your patterns going in the upright direction. Because this insert will slide in from the side, this is going to be a more profile rather than landscape orientation. So the last piece will go on the back, and you can see that this is also going to bulk up this little pocket folio. So this is going to add a lot of sturdiness as well. So for the fronts of these, I did not have any remaining image cut aparts from the collection, but I did mention that I did have that sticker sheet. So we're going to use the stickers to kind of add detail and embellish the front of these inserts. So I picked one that I liked for this insert. I added it to sturdy cardstock and cut it back out. The reason for that is I just want it to be sturdy and not get bumpy. I've added my spacers. Now these are the thin 3D foam tabs from Scrapbook Adhesives, and I picked these up from Really Reasonable Ribbon. I will link those in the description so you can check them out. But now you see I've kind of created my own little journal cut apart and also added just a little bit of dimension, so that will be a little bit more fun to look at. Now we can just slide that in to our pocket, and that completes our 2-page layout. There will be additional room in this pocket if you want to add other flat keepsakes and mementos, so you can really stuff this full of a lot of fun memories and all of those pictures that you want to include. So for the next 2 sections, I have repeated the process with the same measurements and the same steps. So I'll just go ahead and work through that quickly so you can see how we finish the inside of the remaining 2 sections. Okay, so that's going to finish the inside sections of our little pocket folio here. So you'll notice on the last 2 that my stickers were just a little bit smaller, and I wanted them to fill the same visual space. So I just added a layer of a die cut that I cut from the offcuts so that I could have more of a image cut apart effect, and that way we'll have the same kind of look going throughout. So now I want to work on the cover, and of course I want to finish the back with the collection paper. So I'm just going to add this right to that cardstock, right to that craft cardstock that we added earlier. Now the back is finished. I did include a strip of my double-sided tape, and this is where I am going to tack on my ribbon trim. You want to do this now before you add your top layer. So we just pulled off a generous length of this bold check ribbon, and I'm just going to center that and attach that to my tape to hold it in place. Then we'll seal it between the cover and the top layers. So here we have the base for the top layer. I'm going to add a little bit of a layering pattern. So here is the stripe cut just to cover the bottom section there. And I do have one more of those die cuts created with the offcut. This is just going to add an extra detail. I like the stitching on the edge. Here is my die cut doily. This is a Recollections doily from my stash, but I would recommend any 4-inch doily for your collection because it will fit on a lot of different sizes, especially these smaller projects. You don't want anything to hang over the edge of that. I've got one more layer of pattern paper here. I'm just covering that center section with this additional pattern that I have put on with some foam spacers, so we're building some dimension for the cover. And like I mentioned, we're going to use one of these sticker sheets, the stickers from the sticker sheet, as our focal image. I put that on spacers again. There's a eyelet here on top and a little bit of twine going through. I'm going to offset this just a little bit to leave room for our flowers. I did create these with some offcuts, and I finished them with Stamen from Really Reasonable Ribbon. There's die cut foliage here with netting and loopy twine bows. This is just going to go right along the bottom there. I'm going to attach that with hot glue, keeping all of those leaves inside the border of the cover. Now I also have some charms here, and they're just tiny little bee charms. I think these fit the scale of this smaller project better. So I did tie them on string, and I'll just run that through some hot glue to secure them. And then I'll cover those cut strings with a button. Now, normally I would want to put on some sequins, but I think that that is just the perfect amount of detail without overcrowding this smaller cover. So let's just flip through here real quick. We've got our full-size pages along with the folded inserts in the pocket. And remember, there will be room for some additional items in the pockets as well. So you can really load this up pretty well and have all of your memories and your pictures tucked away inside. Let's go ahead and tie this up now. And I will leave links for the bags as well as the trims from Really Reasonable Ribbon in the description below. There will also be links for our socials there as well, so you can check those out. If you haven't already, I would love for you to join my crafty little family by hitting that subscribe button. And as always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye.